Hello. It was a few more seconds. I went ahead and went live since Becky jumped in there and Scooter Mom's jumped in there. Oh, that's fine. That's fine because we're just chatting anyway. So maybe I should watch Netflix at the same time. I know. I haven't seen you in ages, Becky. I haven't been in a lot of the chats. I started working a job, and so I was gonna protest this week, and we had horrible storms. Matter of fact, Tom still hasn't checked our vehicles for damage. We had the biggest hailstorm we've ever had 2 days ago. So I just don't know what the heck is going on. It's like everybody's against me going. So what I was gonna do yesterday, I was like, okay, fine. I can't drive all the way to Austin and back. So I was gonna try to find somewhere local, like we talked about. I was thinking, where would I get the best foot traffic? And then it just started to downpour at like 3 o'clock yesterday. I was like, okay, fine. I mean, so much that our big dog got scared. Or was that today? No, that was yesterday. Oh, yeah. I've even had to. I haven't been able to do my readings because I worked 12 hours Saturday night and worked 12 hours Sunday night, and I thought I could sleep like 6 hours, get up and do my reading, but it's just not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to figure out a different day. And then so I had to move my Saturday night stream to Friday, and then somebody quit, and so I was working like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I've lost 7 pounds. Mm-mm-mm. And I haven't been using my cane pretty much at all when we go out. I do get a little unsteady sometimes. I have to be careful, but I can't use it at work. You can't be a security guard with a cane. So I walked them right off. Yeah, 6 miles a night will do that. And I think in reality, I probably lost more, but I've gained muscle in my legs. And so that weighs more. And we were supposed to measure me in inches when I started. Oh my God. Sorry. And we forgot. But the pants they ordered me are already going to be a little loose. I can tell by my clothes. I'm like, yay! Because my boss, he said he lost, and he doesn't even, he works during the day. He doesn't even walk as much as me. He lost a lot of weight. His shoes are too big. That's how much. Right here, right beside me. Actually, I don't, it's too far to reach. I have some ice, but the actual bottle of water is too far away. I didn't figure that. I'm still working out, sitting in here doing my live stream. So, trying to make sure I brought everything in. Yeah. So, the phone, we have to carry this phone everywhere with us. Before it was the steps that it recorded proved we were working. But now we have a second phone. So I'm carrying two phones around. It's a scanner, and there's certain tags around the facility that we have to tag. We have to scan it, take a picture, and leave a comment. I'm going to talk to him about that. That's too much work. I mean, it takes too much time. So, and I'm fine with the tags, but I think we should only leave comments if there's a problem. And they're on the perimeter too. So the whole block we have tags. What it was is one of the employees. This is a new contract. They've only been there since December, and the guy wasn't doing it to be nefarious, but it was still wrong. He figured out how to go in and add steps, and he was sleeping. Reason being, his wife worked during the day, and I guess they had small kids, and he was up all day with the kids, and then he was trying to go to work at night and was tired. And I'm like, so I have a 48 ounce of stock coffee I buy, my cold brew, and I literally polish one of those whole ones off in a night. I take a whole one with me, and a Starbucks triple shot in the can if I get too tired. That's usually for the ride home, the drive home. So then we had the hailstorm yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and we went to try to rent Tom a car for this weekend because they still haven't finished fixing. He had to take his car back. Whatever they fixed, they didn't fix right. I couldn't find a car anywhere in our vicinity. It was Waco Airport. And I'm like, if we have to go all the way to Waco to pick it up. So Tom has to go 4 hours early to drop me off and then find time to kill for 4 hours so he goes to work tomorrow night. Hey, Dusty. I'm just complaining about first world problems. So Tom and I both work in this 2 blocks apart on Saturday and Sunday night, but I go in for 12 hours, so we both have to drive. Well, he had to have a whole new rear end put on. My whole first paycheck, gone. I didn't get to spend it on nothing fun. Hi, Mark. Had to fix his car. He drove it home and heard noises and didn't drive it again. We took it back and they still have it. And every weekend we've been renting him a car because he doesn't want to go to Waco 4 hours early. But the first night he had to go in, we didn't get a rental car. They actually put him on the clock. That was the night I got stuck in the elevator. He just happened to be on shift at 6 p.m. Normally he doesn't go to work till 10. So I had somebody I could call locally to come in and let the people inside know I was stuck in the elevator. Hey, good vibes. How are you? Hi, Mark. Hey, I don't know if I said hi, Dusty. I think I did. Man, I miss all you guys. Man, it's been rough. I was gonna try to go protest last couple days. We've had horrible thunderstorms. We had so much. Let me see. We took pictures of the hail. See if it's in Google Photos. I think Tom took it on his. No, that's not where I want to be. Photos. I don't know if it uploaded on it. It probably didn't. Oh no, he sent it to me. Hold on. Hang on. He picked one up. It's in my messenger. Hold on. It's over here. I hope you guys are still there. Is everything good? I had to minimize the screen for a second. Yeah, he sent me a picture. Hang on. There it is. All right. I'm getting good at this, sharing the screen stuff. Can you see it? Yeah. That was one of the hailstones that dropped. Let's see, when did he drop? Take that picture. I'm trying to see the date. I can't remember if it was yesterday. My days run together, guys. Totally. I know. Wow. It sounded like it was bad. And they just fixed our truck for the second time this year. Oh my gosh. Well, the windows are good. He checked the windows, but it's been wet, so it was really hard to get up there and check for dents. And I'm just like, since the camper already got totaled when the tree fell on it, camper's gone. He went out and checked, and he has to go over to the mechanic and check his car. We're not too worried about his car with dents because his paint job is kind of jinky anyway. But they just got done fixing my truck. They fixed it twice in less than a year. Last hailstorm, we had a car that got totaled. The windows got all busted and everything. That was May of last year, so it was really close, almost the same time, the first week of May. So I don't know what, and it's cold today. Weird. So yeah, I've got some video of that hailstorm, but he hasn't had to check to climb up on my truck and check for dents. So Maybe he'll be able to do that at work tonight. If it, I don't know, with his flashlight. But, man, I can't stand this glare. Where's that? Let me see if I can tilt this down a little. We put up a cute picture and all you see is a glare. So I'm still working on what to do in here. We have this tapestry we've had for decades that we've never had anybody anywhere to really hang it. And I was like, if we can find it, I know it's in the spare room. If we put that tapestry up, it won't glare and it'll look nice. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Oh, so good to see you guys. I'm so glad y'all dropped in. Like I was saying, the thunderstorms kept me from protesting this week. I'm like, I was great all summer last year. Then in the fall we got the storms. Then it was cold. Now we're getting storms again. Yep, definitely. Yeah, I've been following that, and I came into that last city council meeting towards where it started to get spicy. I'm like, oh my goodness. And weren't those all just regular Clearwater residents? They didn't have anything to do with SBTV either. Yep, Save the Garden. I just got paid. I'm going to donate to that because there is no way that they cannot take this offer. They will look so in the pocket. They will never get elected again. I'll tell you that. They're pretty much saying, I don't want to get elected next election. So maybe we'll get a couple of SPTV. Well, Aaron said he'd never run again, but yeah, the promo video is really good at Save the Garden. Go check it out. If you haven't heard about it, Scientology is trying to buy a street, and there's another proposal for Memorial Street for the residents of Clearwater, something for the people of Clearwater, when Scientology just wants to buy it and close it down. So, yeah, I'm following that really close. What I'm really following is the Canra stuff. I finally showed, Tom doesn't watch as much content as I do, but I try to get him in on the really important stuff. And the reason he supports me so much is the way he feels about child abuse. Like, if anybody ever hurt our kids when they were young, I knew he would go to prison, because there's no way he would wait for them to get convicted. Chat mama. Oh my goodness. Right before I went on, so I'm stuck here. I brought my table from by the Chase. It's one of those C tables that can go over a couch or a bed. Problem is, I'm stuck. There's not enough room. I have to go in and out on that side. And so my mouse fell off onto the floor, and it was like one of those commercials. I'm going, no. Luckily I was able to hang over there and pick it up off the floor. It didn't go too far. It could have bounced clear under the bed, and then I would have been like climbing all out. Man, I hurt myself last time just trying to climb out. I threw a nice blanket up here. But yeah, I can tell with my clothes that I've lost some weight doing this job. And I knew I would. I've been sedentary for 15 years. But I didn't know I was going to go from sitting on my butt to walking 6 miles a night. So the first month or so, it was hard. Can you drop the link? I'll bring it up. Drop the link in there so we can go check it out. Definitely. Go away. I get all these notifications from my phone because my laptop is connected to my phone. But it's usually annoying stuff that I don't need. But Petunia and the dogs are loving me being in here because when I was on the chase, they had to go away. She's right here, and the other two are right there, and they're loving it. I took them. Well, I had to go out about an hour before I went on, and they like to go for car rides. So, but I had to carry them to the truck because it's a muddy mess outside, and carry them back in. Thank God they both weigh 10 pounds. But I went to get ice, and this one always goes with me to get ice. And she's so good, I can leave the door open and she'll stay in the truck. She won't jump out because she goes with me every time. She knows I'm coming right back. She's smart. I just need to train her. She's a smart dog. When we do teach her something, Tom, when he leaves for work, he hits her in the shoulder and says fist bump, and she'll take her paw and give him a fist bump. She won't do it with me. She only does it with him. And we figured out he can only do it when she's on the bed and he's leaving. If he tries to do it anywhere else, she won't do it. It's like she has to be on the bed to fist bump. Not weird. How's the lighting? I'm still playing around. Like, I was wondering how maybe I guess it's better with the lamp on. Then I have this light that I used to have, which I think that is too much glare. I think. I'm going back to the lamp. I love my lamp. It's a 3-way, but the bulb is dying, so I just ordered new light bulbs. So I only have the high function, no low. Let's see. I can't bring it up, but they can click on it. I'll click on it later. But yeah, I know I've been watching everything about that. I'm so glad Aaron and the rest of you guys went after them on this, because they were trying to slide that in without anybody knowing, and they got a surprise. So I personally think they're gonna have to take the other proposal, because they have no good reason in the face of the citizens to take Scientology's proposal. It will ruin them. They will be, like I said before, that'll be telling us they don't want reelected. So what's going on with everybody else lately? I haven't been in very many chats. Dusty, I jump into yours on Friday nights, but I don't always. What it is if I'm laying down, I'm watching on the computer, it's really difficult to chat. And if I do, it's like one finger. I'm laying down with doing one finger. So I've been kind of lurking in quite a few, and I just don't say anything. Or in the morning, or well, sometimes I'm falling asleep in the afternoon too because of my job. But yeah, today, thank gosh, our neighbor called us and told us we had packages outside. Yeah. Was that what you're doing? Yeah. Like I watch Brian in the mornings sometimes. If I get I'm usually going to bed when he comes on, and I'll just lay there and listen to the music. I forget what I was gonna say. Gone. Hey, hubby's at work. Did you just get there? I showed him your hail. Can you send me that video on Messenger? But I showed him the picture of the hail you sent. Hey, are you going to be able to look at the top of the truck while you're at work and finally look at it? Because what used to protect our vehicles from the hail, because the one that got totaled was sitting way out at the end of the driveway and wasn't cut. We had this big tree that would block the hail. Well, that's the tree that fell down on everything, and it's gone. So our driveway has no shade, no trees, no nothing. Good night, good vibes. Thanks for stopping by. I like your fur baby picture. I love fur babies. Tom, Dusty threw some links in there about this street that Scientology's trying to buy in Clearwater. If you can click on them and take a look at it. Good night, Bob. You have a good weekend. I'll be working. I like my job, but I'm used to jobs where I'm constantly busy. I hate to not be busy. And oh my gosh, you guys, I'm by myself in a huge facility all alone. So I do some crazy. You guys, I've talked about it before. Even to Tom, I'm like, I'll sing, I'll make up songs. I'll come. Oh, when I got stuck in the elevator, Cult of Scientology, he left a comment and a link to the Aerosmith video, Love in the Elevator. And I said, that's funny because I've done that. I've been on the elevator. I'm like, third floor, lingerie, camo bikinis, bullets. Or I'll just come up with stupid stuff because I'm by myself. I'm like, I'm so glad the cameras don't record sound. Oh my goodness. They could probably put me in a loony bin if they did. Okay, sounds like he sent me the video. Hold on. Let me look at it. Let's see. Tomas. That's only 4 seconds. No, I'm not going to show that one, honey, because it shows our street. That's why I took the phone, and if I was going to show it, I was only going to show our yard. I never show our street because I've seen people where they can geolocate you if they can get enough idea of other buildings around you. So I never show our street or the neighbors' houses if I can help it. Usually if I show a video, it's just of our yard. Because we have so many trees, it blocks all the other views. So that one showed our street, so I can't show it. But it was scary, and we weren't expecting it all. I don't even think it was raining. It just hailed out of the clear, out of nothing. I think if it was raining, it wasn't like a real bad thunderstorm. Like, what day was that, Tom? Was that yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. My sleeping during the day just throws me off. For a while today, I didn't realize it was Friday. And I was like, oh, crap, it's Friday. Because I started thinking about getting my stuff ready. Oops, sorry, for tomorrow. I was like, oh, my goodness, I got to get this put on. Yeah. But, yeah, Tom got me a job with his company. What it was is, if you guys don't know, I had volunteered like a year ago because when people quit or went on vacation or got fired, everybody had to work overtime, and a lot of them don't want to. Tom doesn't. He doesn't want to. I said, I'm somebody that doesn't need a job. I don't need a minimum number of hours. So I told his boss, I said, I could just be an emergency call-in. And the training that they need for watching the cameras over there, it's really, I had 4 hours training for the job I'm doing, and that was it. So I actually got hired before the holidays in like October, November, but he didn't call me in to train. And then 3 days before he needed me, he called and said, hey, do you want a weekend job? And I didn't even know when I said yes, if it was every weekend or just that weekend until I got there and I asked. But it's really easy. You just got to know, I just have to make sure nobody's trying to break in, nobody's on the property, and check the machines and make sure nothing's leaking. That's about it. And the storage. It's creepy. Other people there said they seen ghosts because it's a 103-year-old building. I'm like, I don't feel weird like that when I'm in the dark by myself. Doesn't bother me. Been by myself a lot. When I got stuck in the elevator, everybody I talked to on the phone, when I got off, everybody was like, you're so calm. How are you so calm? So I was in there for an hour. And I was like, because I knew somebody was going to get me out eventually. I mean, I said, I was an army wife. I've been through way worse. Way worse. So we have to carry, the phone says, there's a sticky note on it. It says, you have to carry this phone at all times. Thank goodness, because everybody's listed in there that I needed to call. And I called everybody. And then Tom, he's 2 blocks away, and he called me back, and he says, all of the fire department is coming your way. I was like, what? And I could hear the sirens in his phone because I couldn't hear him where I was at. And he said, all of the fire department is coming. I was like, okay. And yeah, there's a lot of dudes out there. Oh, I guess I've noticed places that don't have a lot of crime or problems. When something does happen, everybody wants to go. When I worked in Temple, I used to have to listen to a scanner for one of the news stations. And I worked at night and on the weekends. And if there was a major accident or crime, I had to call and wake up the reporter and tell them. And they would have something happen, and literally every cop in the city would go there because if there was shots fired or something, because nothing ever happened for the most part. It was usually car accidents, and that was it. And I would hear all of them go. And that's what Waco's like that. Waco's not too bad as far as crime. But are we still good? When the chat doesn't move, I worry that I'm worried that I'm okay, we're good. I can see my all right, good. So I've had conspiracy theories listed a couple of times. You wait until I'm sitting down to want to go out, really? I'm not getting up. Go to bed. Go to bed. On a blankie. Go on. You're going to have to wait a little while. Lay down. Lay down. Oh, the big one's loving it because she loves to get up here, and she couldn't get up on the chase with me. Oh, you're driving? Okay. Yeah, I was, even the guy at our corner store, well, I call it a corner store, he knows us. He says, so you're working with your husband now? I don't even remember talking to him about it, and he remembered me. I was like, yeah, we work for the same company, but we work at different locations. So it's kind of cool. When I worked extra and I worked the same shift as him, like I think I worked last Monday night, we could carpool, which was nice. Yeah, Friday night, I at first I thought Friday night I was getting quite a bit of people in here, but no, honey, no, you're gonna hit the computer. Stay. But I think Friday night, I think people are too tired on Friday nights. At the end of the week, people want to go to bed. That kind of sucks. But it's okay. It is what it is. Biscuit is now banned. I believe you. Yeah. Daisy is literally right next to the computer, her head. She has her own blanket at the foot of the bed that she's supposed to kind of stay there because she's so big, she can't fit up here with us. She weighs 60 pounds. And usually we have the computer in between us. We're watching it. We don't have a TV in here or anything. I did get a projector with a screen, and we never put it up. And so I have this tote with the remotes and stuff in it that I sit the computer on. So she can't come up here with it. And even the littles, I call them the littles, can't come up here either when we're watching the computer. They have to stay down there in their area. Because that way she gets a little stinky sometimes. So that way I can just change out her blanket and I don't have to change out the whole bed. Oh. Oh no. That's the thing about cats, man. They get in weird places. I watch shorts sometime, and there was this one everybody's probably seen. This kitten got behind the toilet, and it's hollow back there, and he was in the space inside the toilet in the back. I was like, how did he freaking get in there? I'm like, I can't believe we don't find more cat skeletons in weird places. Like when you're doing remodeling on a house or something, because they go in these places that they should not be able to fit. Yeah. Have you had his age before? I haven't either, to be honest. He is a little bit rambunctious. Maybe he'll calm down once he's older. Has he been fixed yet? Because they always say they're going to calm down when they get snipped, but that doesn't always happen. Yeah, I've never had a cat that drove me crazy that much. We've had a few cats, but it was way back when we had kids, several kids. Well, I tried. He sounds just ornery. Yeah, he's just ornery. I have no advice because I don't know how to work with an ornery cat. Maybe there used to be that cat whisperer guy. I didn't watch him very much because I didn't have cats. I learned something from Caesar, the dog whisperer, that worked years ago. We had this dog. I had to rehome him. Bengal. Oh my gosh, I just saw something on Bengal cats. Daisy, stop. Stay. She's trying to get way up here on me. She's going to knock the computer down. You're going to have to go on a blankie. I was trying to be nice. On a blankie. On a blankie. Go. I was trying to be nice, but you're pushing. Thing about Daisy is if you give her an inch, she'll take a mile. Literally. Yeah, I was watching this thing on Bengal cats. I swear he said they were the second fastest cat, and they could jump like 11 feet, and they could catch birds to eat. If it's the right, I'm pretty sure that was the one I was watching. Yeah, that's probably it. Definitely, because they're Bengals are supposed to be wild cats. So you've got it's like having a dog with wolf in them. Unpredictable and way more rambunctious because they're not totally domesticated. So yeah. The only thing I'd suggest is looking up anybody that's got Bengal cats on YouTube and see how they work with them. But I don't know what to tell you. He's as smart and stubborn as I have ever seen. Yeah, that's the problem. Smart with stubborn, that's not a good combination sometimes. Daisy is so stubborn, and I looked up, she's a boxer pitty, and I looked up all the stuff that drives me crazy about her is the boxer stuff. The stubbornness, she likes to paw you, and she always hurts us. She doesn't realize she weighs 60 pounds. And I feel bad that she has to stay at the foot of the bed. She doesn't understand personal space. If we let her come up, she literally wants to lay her whole body on us. And she's not careful. I've never, and you've heard me say this a lot, Chat Mama, but I've had big dogs before, but they were careful around the smaller dogs or kittens or cats. She is not. She will step right on them. She will jump right over them like they're not even there. And she actually hurt Petunia once. It was like Petunia had this crick in her neck. And we were pretty sure that's because Daisy stepped on her. And so we were going to take her to the vet, but our vet at the time was closed on weekends. They started having Saturday hours. By the time it got Monday, it kind of worked itself out. But she was crying. And I was like, I know Daisy stepped on her. Because But it's Petunia's fault. Petunia is an instigator. When she sees Daisy running across the yard to the porch, Petunia, weighing 10 pounds, will wait for her on the porch and attack her, and she will grab Daisy's jowl and literally get drug across the porch as Daisy's running to come in the door. And she doesn't let go. So if she got hurt by Daisy, it was probably because she was instigating. Hey, Eric, how are you doing? How you doing tonight? You got any good stories? We always talk about me, and I don't have anything interesting going on right now. I just read this awesome, listened to this awesome YouTube video about this HOA that got owned. And I know I could never live in an HOA. I hate being told what to do. Because even the people that Tom works for, they own a lot of different properties. And they bought a property that they're selling because I think they refurbished it and they wanted to turn it into like a B&B, but it's in an HOA. So it's been for sale since Tom's been right after Tom started working there, and nobody wants to buy it because it's in an HOA. The asking price is $3 million. Of course, I love talking about fur babies. We don't deserve them. If I ever do comment on these pet videos, I'm like, we don't deserve dogs. We don't. And to see ones that have been abused in some way, we think Tiny was abused. He still has his skittish moments. And if we try to like pet him with our foot or something, he freaks out. I forget sometimes and I do it. I did it today and I wasn't thinking. He freaks out. He does not like feet near him at all. That to me translates somebody kicked him. We got him from a rescue and he had heartworms. So you never know their background. But you just kind of got to figure it out. Daisy, she doesn't act like she was abused at all, but she acts like she was a stray for a very long time because we had chickens at one point and she took them out. She dug under there. We had a fence around the chicken coop and she dug under it. And they didn't have wounds like she was trying to like hurt them. It was almost like she played with them too hard. I feel our chickens were like our pets. That hurt my feelings. I tried not to be mad at her because she's a dog. She probably had to eat small things if she was a stray. Because we tried to bring a kitten. We tried to foster a kitten for a little while, and the very first time they met, that kitten ended up in her mouth. We're like, oh, nope. So we know we can't have anything smaller than the dogs we have now. And, it wasn't like she's trying to be mean. It just seems like it's in her nature. Like she had to, scavenge. And she's eaten birds. She's found birds in the yard. She got really sick a couple weeks ago. She didn't want to eat. She is not a dog that doesn't want to eat. We figured she probably found something in the yard and that was old and she shouldn't have ate. Because by the day after, the second, third day, she was a lot better. So we were worried about her. And she got sick. But it went away. So by the time, that's the problem about the weekend. By the time we can get to the vet, she was okay. You good girl. You super. We have an after hours vet that we have used. Dang, they're expensive. She wasn't bad enough off that I thought she needed to go to the vet that fast. We wanted to watch her, see how, and it ended up working itself out. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. You're just big and heavy. Yes, you are, and solid. She and today she was sitting there looking at us, and I was like, for a dog, I was like, man, you have got resting bitch face for a dog. Just when she just looks so mean, so mean, which we like. Anyway, it looks at our yard is like, nah, we're not going in there for anything. Yeah, because she looks like she would eat you. Yes, you do. I think if somebody hurt us, she would. You good girl. Yes, you are. You good girl. We got her from she was supposed to be just a foster. She was one. I found out what foster fail meant when we got her. Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. We love you, even though you're a butthead sometimes. She is a butthead. No. No. Lay down. Stay. Be a good girl. Be good. She is so stubborn. And she won't listen to me. I have to be really mean to her for her to listen in my voice. Because she is totally Tom's dog. She doesn't want to listen to me at all. No, don't hit the table. No. No, get away. She's being stubborn. No. Stay. And if you do it again, I'm going to make you go back to your blankie. Okay? Be a good girl. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'd be mad too. I'd be mad too. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. That would tick me off. Cats are just like that. They tick you off 1 minute, and the next minute they're like, oh, but I love you. Whatever. Why you gotta keep going near the table? No, over here. Over here. It's a difference of this much space. I want her head over here, and she wants to put her head right next to. She is literally touching the computer. She's gonna end up knocking it down. Down. Stay. Stay. She's gonna make me be mean in a minute. Yeah, I'm. It's an obvious bet that it's because he's part Bengal. I know you've probably looked it up. Part Bengal cats. Behavior. Let's look at behavior. Let's see. It says, if it'll load, Bengal cats are known to be extremely energetic, active, and spirited. They love to always be kept busy. Depressions in most Bengal cats arise due to separation anxiety, loneliness, or constant change of routine. 12 behaviors and stay. Helpful tips. Let's look at that. Let's figure out these Bengal cats. Let's see. Oh, that's chat with people? No, we don't want to do that. Never mind. Why did it go to something else? I don't know. Bengal cats are beloved for their stunning look, playful personalities, and intelligence. From aggression to destructive habits, these issues can be frustrating for owners to deal with. That sounds like it. Let's see. So there's some stuff on here about, I'm not going to go into it, but Yeah, that's what I was finding. Like how to work on their behavior. Oh, I'm not. My husband loves to watch YouTube, how-to YouTube videos, but I'm the kind of person that would rather read. And reason being is, I don't know how many YouTube videos I've brought up that like takes 10 minutes before they get to the part that I want. And in a book, you can figure that out. And if you want to backtrack, you just go back a page. And if you're watching a YouTube video, you've got to figure out how to navigate. I just hate it. I really do. Like, I wanted to learn about this computer. I would rather buy a book about this computer than try to find, videos on it. And I watch Tom. He does. He'll find the videos and then be like, okay, this guy is taking too long. Or now I have learned how to work the transcript function so that you can go through the transcript and kind of figure out what part of the video you want. But it's still a pain in the butt. That too. Yeah, well, I am too. I'm a visual too. But it's just the trying to wade through the videos that is annoying. But yeah, I am too. Um, but it's just maybe I'm not a visual learner if I like books. Honestly, I'm the kind of learner. At least I can only go back to like work and stuff. Just doing it hands on. That's how I learn fast. But sounds like you got a handful for sure. Look, that doesn't taste good. Ugh. That doesn't taste good at all. She's being good now. She's not trying to be over here. But they're a lot calmer in here than they used to be in the living room because they're used to being in here more. And I think it's because they can sit, even though Tiny's over there, they're on the bed with me. So they don't give a crap. They're all asleep except Daisy. She's not. If I give her this much attention, she wants like this much. Oh, that's good. It sounds hard, especially when he's taking out all your plugs. Oh my goodness. I get it. I get what you meant. Yeah. So they're getting a little bit frustrated. You'll figure it out. You'll find something. Sounds like he needs. I don't know what they'll say, read through the videos, but maybe he needs a friend. Because I know when my last cat, Elvis, the one that really, I can't have another cat because he was so great. We got him and his brother. My daughter got his brother. And we were kind of worried about it, that they would want to be with each other all the time and not care about us. It was a little bit like that at first. But what was nice is they had each other to play with. And so they could get all their energy out on each other, which was nice. But well, I don't know if it would have happened when he got injured and he almost lost his leg. And I had to give him physical therapy and stuff. That's when he became really attached to me. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. I kind of wish we would have stayed with one dog because 3 are expensive. Going to the vet just for regular vet checkups. It's ridiculous. But we seem to like having one big dog and 2 little dogs. It's like a dog and a half altogether. The little ones are almost no trouble because you're like, we didn't have little dogs for a long time because Tom says, I don't want a dog I can step on. Yeah. I know. But the little dogs, you can, if they're doing something you don't like, you can just pick them up and be like, stop doing that. Big dogs are harder to wrangle in. So one big dog, two small dogs. That kind of seems to be our number. But we got down to just my angel Poppy, and we only had her for a while. And I kind of wish, but if I could go back, but I if I had land, I would be rescuing all the dogs, all of them. We have a kill shelter here, and we tried. We went there. A lot of pitties. We wanted a pitty. Every time we brought Poppy in to meet them, they would go at her. I've learned since that may not even be their real personality, but being in a shelter and being upset and in a weird place, could have caused them to be aggressive. And that's why when I got Daisy, I went through a rescue and we fostered so that we could spend time with her first. But I really wanted to save a dog from that shelter. It was horrible. You could smell the crematorium. These dogs could smell it. It was horrible. The conditions. Oh, I can't even talk about it. It's going to hurt my heart. I wanted to get a dog there so much. And every time we tried, it didn't work. Matter of fact, one of them almost got Poppy. I didn't have enough. I had too much length on the leash. And we did. So we went in and we would meet the dog. Then we would go home and get Poppy and bring her. And that never worked out well. Yeah, this place is awful. It's another town. Luckily, there's other shelters in our area that are not kill shelters. But and so many pitties, so many, because nobody wants to have one. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to have to get a DNA test on her, because if we go into RV parks, there's going to be RV parks that are going to say no to her. And I guarantee you, if we did a DNA test, she's more boxer than anything. So before we go traveling in our RV, we're going to have to get that done. So, and I need to work with them more on their leash stuff, because when you're in an RV park, they got to be on their leash and all that stuff. I mean, I've already thought about, there's got to be enough space for their dog beds and stuff like that in the RV. And we got to get one of those temporary fences that you can buy so that we can let them out. And we were in an RV park the last time we went out with our camper that wouldn't allow a run, where you hook it from, say, between two trees, and they could run up and down and I'm like, that's the best way to keep your dog in an RV spot, because they can move around. Because when we put them on like a long rope, they would get caught in stuff. Yeah, I do. I do need to walk on my days off. I do. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. I have taken her out on the leash, like if I'm by myself and she needs to go out and it's wet and muddy, I'll take her out through our driveway and on the road and stuff where it's not as muddy, because they've made a trail around our fence that has no grass and it's a mud pit. So if it's really muddy and I have to take her out and I don't want to wipe her off, I'll take her out on the leash. And she's okay, but she could be way better. This one, Petunia, she pulls. I have to have a harness on her. And I do have one of those V straps for the littles, but they're not great on a leash, and they need to be. So that's a good idea. I need to do something. I was thinking about trying to go to the gym once or twice a week, Of course, it never happens. But leash training would work. And I want to teach them. They don't know sit. She does. Um, Daisy does. She knows some commands. She gets so ramped up that she won't stay. They need to learn to stay, because I was watching a video where some dog like ran into the street because they were trying to follow their owner, and they need to learn stay is the most important command they're supposed to learn, is what this video said. So she knows sit, she knows lay down, but they could learn more. And I know Petunia is smart enough to learn. And so is Tiny. He's smart too. He's a smart boy. He's so cute. He's very vocal. When he gets excited, he stands up on his back legs and does this. It's so cute. But it's funny, they're all the same age. Talk to Jen. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. We haven't had to. I'm waiting until 11 to see if anybody else, because I know there's people that might be on, and we might get some people pop on a little bit later. So I'm going to stay a little bit longer to see if anybody else pops in. If not, it'll be a short night again. But the thing is, I'm going to be up all night. I slept so I set my alarm for 3. Well, 2, then 3. And I was going to get up, and I had decided to go to the Bell County courthouse with my sign. Okay. That's where everybody's at. Because there's foot traffic there, and I was hoping some judges and stuff might see and maybe stop and talk with me. That's the only place I could really think, because it's in a square, and there's a sidewalk literally all the way around it. And because in my area, there's a couple malls, but I'm like, nobody's going to stop. They'll see me from their car, but nobody's really going to stop and come talk to me there. So I thought the Bell County Courthouse would be a really good place to set up earlier today. So that's going to be one of my goals. And the Capitol building in Austin is going to be one of my goals. I need to get some flyers from Jen. I know she has a lot of printouts, because I want to have something to hand out to people that don't want to stand and talk. So, yeah, I've seen Eric go live a bunch this week, and I see a lot of people going live, and I'm just like, I haven't even watched Natalie to get caught up. The only thing I've gotten caught up, I went back, I've gotten behind on, in her Dropbox. I've got that link. I had missed quite a few of Aaron's lives in the last couple months. So the other day, I did like a binge watch and got caught up. I didn't watch the protest streams, but his other stuff. So I'm caught up on everything that's going on with the Clearwater stuff and all that. I see people pop up. Like, I know he's in Hawaii because I saw the thumbnail. But my sleep pattern is so screwed up. So screwed up. She's being a good girl now. She's not being stubborn. But yeah, I've missed a lot. I know I have. I have got to get out there, guys. It has been weeks. Pretty much since I started this job. I've not gone protesting. And I've lost more subscribers because I lose subscribers when I don't go protest. Because that's what my channel is supposed to be. Oh, good. Oh, I'm definitely going to watch that. Or the replay if I'm asleep. I'll probably be asleep. Because Monday's hard because I have gotten done with the weekend. But what ends up happening sometimes is I get home and I'm wired. And I'll be up till like noon. And even though I've been up since 3:30 the day prior, because I've drank so much freaking coffee to stay up. I get home and I can't go to sleep. That's what happens between the Saturday night and the Sunday night. I get home between 7 and 7:30, but I have to get up at 3:30. But I don't go to sleep till 9 or 10. Yeah. So I'll definitely, if I can't watch it live, depending on what time they go, I will definitely watch the replay. This is, so I've been thinking heavily about this website, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in. I've seen that there are templates that you can use, and I think I'm just going to get a template, and I'm just going to start the homepage of the channel. I'm just going to put some stuff on it, and I'm going to put under construction so that there's at least something to click on. And I'm going to have links for if you want to help me work on it, if you want to be on the committee to make decisions on it. Because I'm told you guys, I want to have a committee, and I don't even know if I'm going to publish the committee. I'm going to, work on that and get ideas, because I want to have a committee that makes decisions, but I don't know if I want to have them listed so that they don't get crap when things are decided. If that makes sense. And then anybody that's going to work on it with me, that's going to have access to it, I've decided that they're going to have to give me some personal information. I don't need like their social or anything like that, but I was thinking the other day that what I might ask for is their driver's license. And if there's socials on it, which some states do that, I think they used to, they can cross that off and just leave the last four. And their address, they can take the house number off and they can cross that out, because I don't need that. But I want to have enough information that if somebody does something shady or illegal, I can find them. So not everyone drives. So I think I'm just going to get that done so that there's at least something and it's not just a thought anymore. So I'll see. I wish I could do stuff at work, but I can't. I barely take time to eat. There's no scheduled lunch break. I just kind of take about 15 minutes or 20 minutes and go and eat. And I get away from the cameras and I'll go on and watch YouTube shorts or something to get away from, because 12 hours, man, 12 hours long. My husband asked me, would it be better if I was doing the 8-hour shift with more days? And I said, no. I said, the only reason I took this job is it's 2 days a week. It doesn't normally interfere with my protesting. I just have to have a recovery day, because dang. I think about stuff at the weirdest times, though. It's never a time where I can get on the computer or something. It's like when I'm driving or I'm at work and I need to, and then I get home and I forget everything I thought of. I do write a lot of stuff down. Like, oh, let me show you. So this is the book that I keep at work. And so this is what I do for my shift. So this is my shift, and I have each hour, and I go into the phone after a few hours. For each hour, I write down my steps, and normally the average is 2,000 steps is a mile. I'm short, so I looked it up, and mine's 2,433 steps is a mile. Now, my husband, he wants to take me to the track and really gauge my stride. And I'm going to do my stride at the beginning of the night when I'm all pepped up and everything. And then my stride at the end of the night when I'm shuffling around. And I'm slow. Oh, can you do that? Oh, see, the only thing I knew about was dragon speak. If you figure that out, let me know. Because I need something like that. So I do my hourly steps and then I add them up. Then I divide it by the 2433. Now, that was March. Let's see what my last shift was. All right. I didn't add it up. Hold on. I think I did more steps than I ever have on this one. So Saturday night, I don't get as many steps because we're open till 9 and I have to stay in the lobby. So I don't do as many tours. So that night was only, but yeah, how did I do that? Wait a minute. So that was 7.5 miles this last Saturday. I didn't even realize that. And I did more the next day. There we go, calculator. So I did 19,421 steps divided by 2433, 7.8 miles, 7.98. That's 8 miles. That's the most I've ever done. 8 miles? How the heck did I do 8 miles? I need to write that down. Holy crap. And yet I didn't feel worse than I normally. 8 miles. I haven't done that much since basic training. Wow. But I was able to go back to they fixed the elevator, to doing a couple floors and sitting down and stuff. I think I was trying to make up for having to use the stairs the weekend before. But I'm definitely stronger because I was not as worn out doing more steps than I was when I was the first month was hard. Well, there's only 3 of us on here and it's after 11. I think I'm gonna go. Man, we need to. I miss. Maybe I'll come on later. Maybe next weekend I'll do 11 and see, because I know a lot of other people go live, and that'll give me time. Because I don't start getting ready till Tom leaves at 9. So maybe I'll do one later next weekend and see how that goes. But Saturday nights, I think we used to get a few more people. You can add notes with Alexa. I just found it. Oh my gosh. I will. Oh my gosh. I've got to use that. Totally got to use that. And I've got so much Alexa going around. My tablets, I think, are dead. I had 2 tablets, a computer, and my phone. And I said Alexa one day, and I didn't even say Alexa. It was something that sounded like it, and they all went off at the same time. I was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Oh, well, I'm glad you jumped in. I'll figure out next week a day to do the readings. I really want to get back into that. I know Natalie's done a lot with John Atack, which is really great. I'm hoping when we get this book done, his other book will be out. Can you do that? I thought it only had like one other choice. I will figure that out. Because I got Kindle and all that stuff on different devices. Because I have the Kindle Fires. Because they were cheaper than the iPads for reals. That's what I had before I was using a laptop all the time. So, cool. I will check to 3 choices. Still, Alexa is like, there's too many words that sound like that. I'll figure it out. That sounds really a good idea. I need to do that. All right. Well, it was good to touch base with you, and I've got to get back out to protesting. It's ridiculous. So, oh, and that was the other thing too. The reason I was going to do local is by the time I went to sleep and the time I could get up, I couldn't go to Austin and be back in time for him to have the vehicle because his truck's still in the shop. I could have done it if I didn't have a time limit. That's why I had decided to do something local. Thanks, chat mama. Yeah, I was glad to talk with you a little bit too. I'll try to be in more chats this week. But like I said, a lot of times I'm asleep if it's during the day. It's weird. Oh, I didn't finish my story about the neighbor calling. So the neighbor called. Oh. So what it was is he called and said we had packages because it was going to rain. The important part was I texted him back later. These were replacement car parts for ones my son had already ordered and were stolen off of his porch in Dallas. $200. So we told him to have them sent here. Well, he didn't call us and say, hey, they're going to be delivered today. So it wasn't just that they were going to get rained on. We needed them to come in before somebody stole them. And I told him, because he lives in an apartment, I know. I said, don't ever have anything delivered to your house again. They literally, and one of the neighbors had a camera. This dude was following the FedEx truck. The FedEx truck delivered the packages, and this guy immediately showed up and took the boxes. They were heavy too. They were rotors and brakes and calipers. So yeah, so he's been driving around on janky stuff for a month because he couldn't afford to buy it again until now. They suck. I just watched a video where somebody came up while the UPS driver was still on the dang porch, and the UPS driver fought the guy for the package. You believe that? In New York and stuff, they're literally just robbing the trucks. They're not even waiting until they get delivered. Just don't get me started on this crap. The problem is they're letting people off with too little consequences, and that's what it is. If it's some states, if it's under a certain amount of money, you don't get any trouble at all. So what's stopping you? Stop. Anyway, so I texted the neighbor and I said, thank you. I said, I don't know if he knew it yet, but I said, I'm working nights and sleeping during the day. And these were replacement parts for my son's. He's been riding one brake, metal to metal. I know, that's totally effed up. Yeah, they're literally just robbing the trucks. There was one company, I saw another short where their stuff, when they deliver it, it says all-purpose flour on the side so that they won't get stolen. Now, funny, we've only had one thing, it was expensive, get stolen. When we're not in the greatest neighborhood, it's amazing, and I order a lot. I am amazed that we haven't had more taken. Because sometimes it's the prime delivery drivers that I have the problem with, not FedEx or UPS. They literally one time, it was in one of those envelope, laid our package on top of the mailbox because you could tell they didn't even get out of the car. So anybody that saw it could have drove by and grabbed it. We've actually talked about getting a box that they can lock once they put their stuff in. But we haven't had enough trouble. What got stolen a couple years ago was expensive wire we bought that we had to wire to our electrical pole, this really heavy duty outside wire. And it was like $100 and heavy. What I think is they left it out near the driveway. We have a long driveway. So if it gets up by the gate, a lot of times you can't see it. But yeah. Yeah, at one time, funny enough, We had 3 people on this street with my last name. 1 2 doors down. They're gone now, but we were always getting each other. That's how I became a Girl Scout leader. So way back when my daughter was 5, so that would have been 98. I got a Girl Scout magazine in my mailbox for leaders. And it was supposed to go to the other lady. And it got me to thinking, and what it was is all the groups in the area wanted to meet at between around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Well, me and my other friend, we worked till 6. So we started our own troop, and we met at 7 to 8:30. And so all the parents that worked like we did, that's who we got. Oh. Okay. Did you at least get it eventually? Well, I told Chris, I said, if you're going to order anything, they have Amazon pickup locations that are like lockers. I said, do not have anything delivered to your house ever again. Got a refund, but they kept it. We got something in the mail, and I tried to give it. We got a wrong package. We got a kid's gun, a kid's pew pew that had these little plastic pellets, and we just got it one day. And I called him and tried to like tell him maybe they could come pick it up and deliver it to the right place. And I don't think there was an address that I could like deliver it to. It was all their, codes they scan and stuff. Because we still have it. We didn't need it. So I tried. Yeah, I wouldn't have been happy either having to read. One time, the biggest problem we had was if the dogs are outside, and I was ordering my coconut sugar from Amazon. I can get it at Walmart now. It's not as great. They literally, it was in a one of those plastic envelopes they use. The dogs were outside, and what's funny is when they take a picture of the delivery, the picture was of our dog. They threw that in the yard, and the dogs ripped it apart. And I was panicked about how much sugar did my dogs just eat because it will make them sick. And I needed it that day. So I really looked at the package and and it didn't look like they ate too much. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's what happened when this was years, like I said, this was in the late 90s. No, it could have been the late 90s. Because we lived here. That would have been 99 or 2000. She was a little bit older than 5 when we started. I think she was 7. So, yeah. Yeah, that's how I became a Girl Scout leader, because I got somebody else's mail. But, like I said, things happen for a reason. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of fun. And you do an end of the year financial, and we always spent more than we ever took in, so a lot of it came out of my pocket. And Tom, I think he was listed as a co-leader because he would help. He wouldn't stay with us. We would do local campouts, but he would always bring whatever I forgot. There was one time we needed fans because it was super hot. I'm babbling. I'm gonna let you go. Whoever else is here, because there's a couple more than just you, chat mama. But I appreciate y'all hanging out. I'm going to try to get out next week, and I'm going to try to find a day to do the reading of A Piece of Blue Sky, if you're interested. It's been pretty interesting so far. I think we're still on Hubbard's fake history, which has been very eye-opening. I know, right? Every time I got on, I was like, please be okay, please be okay, please be okay. So everything went pretty well. All right. Good night. Have a good weekend. I don't know if I'll see you much this weekend. I'll be busy. So everybody have a good weekend. Good night.